going all the way back to 2012. I tried for several months to get in touch with Chris through the night hunting show he was involved with. And when he finally came from Texas and we hunted, he said, "Oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. You think they'll catch a coyote?" I said, "Well, this bird won't, but if we get some eagles involved, they will." So our goal really from the get-go was to hunt predators with an eagle successfully. And our ultimate goal is to kill coyotes on camera. This whole thing is we gotta get this on film. You know, you're very diplomatic and polite by nature. So after we hunted that night, he said, "Titus, are you married to this vehicle?" I said, "No." He goes, "You know, I think we could use a little more light or a little more speed or both." And here we are. It's 12 years later, here we are. Get it, girl. Yeah, that was a busy night, girl. You're a good hunter, Rusty. I like your green eyes, sure. Well, you're too busy looking at Uncle Chris.
"12 years ago, a call came that marked the beginning of a journey that would turn out to be one of the most difficult filming operations I've ever been a part of. It's taken both myself and Master Eagle Falconer Titus Plumeritis through some of the craziest obstacles you can think of. But little by little, we learned from every mistake and made improvements on every front along the way. If they didn't make it, we made it ourselves, all to reach a certain goal: capture an eagle catching a coyote at night on camera. I still think the craziest part is how Titus and I ever met in the first place.
I saw you on one of your predator shows shoot a bobcat out of a tree at 200 yards, and I could see everything as he fell out of the tree. I said, "I need lights like that. Who is that guy?" And when I got in touch with you, you came up. First night we hunted with my red tail on a jackrabbit. You went, "Oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing I have ever seen. I want to put this on TV." And here we are. Now we're all the way up to eagles on coyote.
From light bars to custom cameras and even modified eagle-friendly UTVs, we've probably made it, as there's no YouTube video on what's the best UTV to film an eagle catching a coyote, and I think now we're on our 4th or 5th ride.
We've been through a tom car, a rhino, Pinzgauer, and now we're at the max. This was built out exactly for what we do. The last time we filmed, Chris said, "We need more lights, less bumps, and more speed."
And with this Razor, we've now got speed.
So that's a huge win. The camera setup, as well as the ride, as well as the lights that you designed. We have 50 flashlights in that light bar with 135-degree arc. And the lights are consistent and they go out a 1/4 of a mile. That rig there's nothing like that in the world. The images you've taken while we've been using it are just flawless. There's no bounce, there's no jiggle. We're filming in 8K. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
And this light's a huge improvement from the last.
We had 3 light bars on the pin scour. Chris said it's not consistent. It's too small of an area. It was very difficult for me to keep the target in the very small area that the light bars were consistent. So we came up with a much larger arc, much further projection, and very, very consistent.
This goal we put on ourselves to capture something that's never been captured before is not easy. If it were, someone would have already done it.
All of this is so we can get footage of an eagle killing a coyote.
We've got a plan to hopefully get it done on this hunt, but we're about to find out the hard way. A coyote is still a dang coyote. They don't always sit when you say sit. Since I was here last, Titus has acquired a new female golden eagle, and let me tell you, she's a handful.
Because of her fierceness, her size, and her desire to tackle about anything that comes in front of her, I call her Louie. Louie is a female golden eagle that was trapped in 2019 because she was killing sheep on a ranch in Wyoming. Tom Bolton called me and said, I know you've heard about this eagle and I know you dearly want to fly this eagle. He said, well, you're in luck, come and get her. So I was just ecstatic, and I've been working with her, training her, and admittedly, she wasn't easy. Louie, you want to go hunting with Uncle Chris? You want to go hunting with Uncle Chris? Okay, look, Louie, it's really nice that you come to the door to greet me, but I'm not coming in till you get up on the perch. Up on the perch, good girl. She took 3 months before she started talking to me, and probably a good 6 months before I felt comfortable with her, working with her every day. That's it. All right, now I gotta give you a kiss, come on.
Titus still has the gift, and it's amazing to watch firsthand.
We're weighing her up, as we do every day. We go hunting. 44, 65. We're ready to go. Yeah. It took me just 2 or 3 trips with the razor for her to recognize that this is what we're gonna do. The first couple of times when I pulled the hood, even though there was a target right in front of us, out of just the unfamiliarity of the situation, the motor running, the machine going, and all of a sudden the big lights come on and she's somewhere where she hasn't been before, she just flew, but not far. And we shut everything off and I could hear her calling to me. Walked over, picked her up. We tried it again, same result. So I gave her something to eat that night just to get her used to that. Second night, not bad. Third night, boom, right after it. And from that time on, she knew, hey, we're going hunting, let's go. I don't want him here. He's got to get, hey, I want him running full speed. Get him, girl.
I thought Rousey was vocal, but Louie, she's in a league of her own. She is loud and proud to be hunting everywhere and every moment she's out with Titus. I mean, she just will not shut up.
She just can't stop talking till she has her first flight, whether it's a fox, a coyote, or a jackrabbit. Hey, 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 hey. She is vocal. She won't stop talking. Yeah. You're a good hunter. Yes, you are.
Like Titus said, Louie took some special attention to train, but you can bet if there's one person on this earth that can get a strong-headed bird like her to hunt, it's him.
Once we started hunting, she just loved it. She can really fly. And we've been working together now, and she is a dream to hunt with. Hey, hey, hold up. Let's go. She's big, she's powerful, and she just loves to hunt. We hunt every third or every other, or every fourth, depending on weather, work schedule, and I'm having a blast. Louie got 2 tonight on a very windy night and cold. Louie, you're a good hunter. It's 20+ mile-an-hour winds, wind chills in the teens. Holy mackerel. Well, you're a good hunter. We called coyotes for a couple of hours, froze half to death, and then caught 2 jacks. Here you go, baby. That's a girl. Yes.
You ever had a plan that sounded great and looked good on paper, and then once you tried to execute it, it was nothing like what you saw in your head? Well, like I said, we had a plan, but that didn't mean it was gonna work.
We got one coming.
Okay.
See him, Titus?
Yeah, I do.
You ready? Get ready.
I'm ready.
Not yet.
Well, our preconceived plan was that if we had more speed, that maybe we could call in these coyotes and get them in close enough and then turn the lights on and take off after them and get a good slip.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So we thought if we could get out in the middle of a field and use your expertise as a coyote caller to get them out at least close to us, we could get a decent slip, have plenty of space for the eagles to catch them. It turns out these coyotes are on a heightened alert. When they're coming into a call, they are like right on the edge of busting and getting out of there in a hurry. Even though you've been able to call in plenty, they come in and we get them as close as we can, but as soon as the big lights go on and the machine accelerates, they turn around and they are so fast. I can gain on them, but I'm going so fast, it's too fast to release the eagle into that 45 or 50 mile an hour wind.
You still see him?
Yeah, I can't catch him, no. I see him in the thermal, yeah, I'm right on him, but I could never let her go at this speed.
Not gonna catch him, are we?
I can't.
Oh.
And then by the time I slow down enough, that coyote's out of range. You see him in the light? I can't even see him in the light.
Oh, shit.
What?
Just frustrating.
Yeah. So the times we've experienced in the past, and you know, I've had 2 eagles that have killed 25 coyotes. We just happen to come upon them while they're out there doing their thing. So they're not on a heightened alert coming into a call.
Got the wind us. I'd say let's try it now. Try it now.
You ready?
Yeah, he's going. He's going. Let's go. Let's go.
As soon as we turn things on, they take off like a rocket, and I can barely catch them. I can't go much faster. We're going so fast, I could never release the eagle at that speed. So when we're just out hunting and we see one, they're just doing their thing, you know, and you can kind of mosey over there without too much of an alarm, and when you get close, you're already moving. Your lights are already on. You can just get in a position to get a slip. Tree coming.
He's right there.
What? I can't. He stopped?
He's right there to the left.
I can't see him.
No, he's through the fence.
He's what? Through the fence?
Yep, through the fence.
Oh well. Remember in our old show, it was, hey man, you gotta speed up to get close enough so that you can slow down to get the proper headwind to let the bird go, and then speed up again to catch up. You did a great job of calling them in, there's no doubt about that.
We had probably 1,500 yards to catch that one.
Well, the thing is, I could never let her go at that speed anyway. The thing is, he's running so fast that, okay, let's say I gain on him. By the time I slow down enough, he's back as far ahead of me as he was before.
Maybe we're looking at it wrong. It doesn't matter if this thing will go 80 miles an hour if you can't utilize it to catch them.
Right.
Until they're in the air.
You can tell between our conversation that we're working through what we gotta correct. Then all of a sudden, it was like a light went off in my head. He doesn't need to change anything.
As you said, hunting with you 1 or 2 weeks a year is like looking through a pinhole to get that particular night when you catch a coyote. So let's open up that pinhole to the size of a bay window by showing you and Gigi how to operate this camera so you can have it running on every hunt.
Maybe the solution is having somebody on the camera all the time.
That's the solution right there.
You keep telling me you get a lot of slips and
I do.
running.
I'm not saying a lot, but I get them.
Yeah.
And they're good. Because just think about it, over the year, they did kill 25.
Yeah, and had you had that camera up there like it is now,
Right.
you'd already be there.
Right, exactly.
That just tells me the problem is not really the fact that you're not getting the birds in front of coyotes. The problem is you hadn't had a camera there.
That's exactly right. I feel very confident that my camera woman, Gigi, will be able to run that camera with practice. You've given her all the instruction. The rest is just practice so we can keep that thing going all the time. And I'm sure that we're gonna get that moment on video. I love Ernest Shackleton, one of the South Pole explorers extraordinaire. Way back in the early 1900s, about the beginning of World War I, his goal was to walk across Antarctica from one ocean front to another. He had enough vision to bring the top wildlife photographer with him at the time because he said, if it's not on film, it didn't happen. So you're coming and you're gonna film this whole thing. And that film made it. You know, they have all kinds of pictures and actually videos back in the day when the guy had to crank the camera like that. They showed pictures of the cameraman up on the mast of the ship in all different angles doing his job. So that's, you know, and that's you.
So what you're saying is, unless we get it on camera, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Although our personal goal, Chris and I, is to get a coyote kill on film. We do not overlook the daily need for the eagles to kill, to complete their psychological makeup. So we always make sure there's a kill on a jackrabbit if need be by the end of the night. Any bird of prey, especially these eagles, their psyche has to be appeased by their ability to hunt, kill, tear apart what they've killed, and eat it. Otherwise, they're not complete. You can go through bird of prey literature, falconry literature, and almost always you will see that behavioral problems in your bird are solved when you start hunting successfully. Miss Rousey, let's go kill a coyote tonight. Come on. I know you're ready. Yeah. So even when we go out in a night and we may not go after jackrabbits at first, we're gonna see if we call coyotes in, call some fox in or whatever. If they haven't caught or killed anything, we're going after some jackrabbits so they could feel complete. Weighing her up now, 3,400 grams. All right, let's go, baby. Come on. All right, let's go. That's it. All right, Miss Rousey, you ready, girl? I'm gonna go call in a coyote.
If there's one thing I can say about Titus, he always puts the needs of his birds before that of his own. At the end of the day, we both want to accomplish the goal we've worked for over a decade, but the reality is, that's not what matters to the eagle. All she wants to do is catch something, kill it, and eat it. And it doesn't matter to her what it is.
For me, the health, both physically and mentally, of these eagles and my owl is the most important thing. I have a personal goal of getting the coyote kills on film. We've already killed 25, so they're very capable of it. And those 25, they can decide. They know that the next slip might very well be a jackrabbit. I don't know how they decide which ones they want to take down and finish off and which ones they get up to them and tag them and then change their mind, the ones they get in a ground battle and let go. I don't know how they decide. But their safety and their health is most important to me.
If you step back and look at the big picture, what matters is not if we achieve what we set out to do for ourselves. Would it be something that no one's ever done before? Absolutely. But looking at it through the lens of a master falconer who cares tremendously for each and every bird, their well-being always comes first, and I don't ever see that changing. We came into this knowing it was going to be difficult, and thus far we've fallen short. But every step of the way, we're learning together what works best, each improvement getting us one step closer to doing what at times may seem impossible. Our equipment is ready. The birds are ready. The only thing left is a full-time cameraman or woman to be there to press record when the magic finally happens. That may be tonight, or it could be next year. But I'm confident if I know Titus, it will eventually happen. There's no quit in him.
It's gonna happen. It has happened. All the kills are documented. The eagles on the coyote. Some of them are still moving. So we have that, but that's not the same. We want the film of the catch, and we're gonna get it. Shackleton's family motto: conquer through endurance. We're not giving up. Get it, girl, get it!
Titus, I think it's safe to say we still have work to do. I'm not giving up till it finally happens, and I bet my last dollar that Rousey ain't either.